plagued by political bickering, social, cultural, ethnic and religious divisions, and, probably most worrying of all, corruption at the highest government levels, including allegations against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is under police investigation. Israeli democracy is still protected by three solid independent gatekeepers: the media, the Supreme Court and the military, and no one better epitomizes it than Lieutenant General Gadi Eisenkot, Chief of Staff of the Israel Defense Forces. He is my Person of the Year. Be the first to know. Join our Facebook page. Function D S ID var JS FJS equal D get elements batag name S 0 if D get element bead ID return JS equal D crea telement S JS.id equal ID JSSRC equal / connect facebook.net/n_us/all JS number XFBML equal 1 and app ID equal 1634148068997 FJS parent node insert before JS FJS document script Facebook JS SDK. Eisenkot is now into the third quarter of his term, and hopes that his fourth and last year will also pass without a war or a major military confrontation. If indeed a war is also prevented in 2018, he will be the first chief of staff in the last 20 years who has commanded and navigated the army to relative quiet and tranquility. His achievement is magnified because the last year posed several operational challenges which contained and still do high potential for an explosive situation and even a deterioration to war. The IDF, under his direction, embarked on a wise policy to separate the general Palestinian population from the small minority of hundreds who aspired to, planned and executed acts of terror, carried out by lone wolves without any organizational affiliation of orders from known terrorist groups in the past. When a terror attack occurred or was unveiled, the IDF, together with the Shin Bet, the Israel Security Agency, would usually employ collective punishment and put the terrorists' entire home village under curfew. Since Eisenkot was nominated 3 years ago, that policy has changed. The terrorists are isolated from the rest of the population, which is allowed to continue with their routine daily life and go to work in Israel. By doing so, Eisenkot has managed to prevent the outbreak of a third intifada, despite the many volatile incidents that have threatened to spread, go out of control and turn into a major confrontation. December 2017 is a good example to illustrate this point. U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. In response, both the Palestinian Authority and its rival Hamas declared what they termed days of rage. Angry at the U.S., they wanted to challenge and provoke Israel. But under the precise orders of Eisenkot, the IDF and the other security forces showed restraint in order to minimize casualties, and thus curtailed the violence and stopped it from spreading against Hamas in Gaza. Israel continues to maintain its deterrence and avoids sliding into another round, which would be the fourth in the last decade. Israelis have benefited from 40 months of relative calm, the longest period since the Six-Day War in 1967, and this is all happening despite the fact that Hamas has realized that it is on the verge of being deprived of one of its main strategic tools, the tunnels. Since Eisenkot entered office, he made the mission of discovering Hamas's attack tunnels dug from inside Gaza into Israel as a major priority for the IDF. By using precise intelligence, advanced seismic sensors, and other technological innovation, Israel has discovered 2 tunnels in its territory in the last 2 months. By mid-2019, Israel will complete building a 65-kilometer-long, deep underground wall made of concrete and iron, supplemented above the ground by a 6-meter fence with sensors and other intelligence equipment.